What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to episode 3 of Reimagining Manchester United. Today, we'll be doing a little bit of scouting. We'll be playing the first game of the friendly season against our second 11, and we'll be playing the first game of the Premier League season against West Ham United. So, let's get into scouting. If you don't remember, the three things we're needing is a lone fullback, a lone center back, and a starting regista/deep line playmaker. So let's start looking for those loanees. Let's go with the center back first. We want a lone center back because all of our center backs are injured, and all of the lone center backs are injured apparently. Marty is out for 3 to 7 weeks. That's not too bad. 5 to 6 months, that's not an option. 3 to 4 months, that's probably not an option. So I could go with a Marty, 3 to 7 weeks. I kind of need somebody for now. The other options aren't great. Tin Yedby. Bosco Sutalo is a decent option. Tim Reams, not really an option. German Conti, he's decent. Ranocchia might be alright. He is 32, but it's just a loan. It's not a big deal. Let's look at their attributes, starting with Ranocchia. Really good header of the ball. He's not very quick. I'd prefer somebody a little bit quicker to be a wide center back. I'm not looking for a libero. I'm looking for more of a wide center back, and I'd like someone a little bit quicker than Ranocchia. He's okay, but let's look at our other options. German Conti, I think, is slow as well. Yeah, he's slow. Tin Yedvi, I know he can play as a fullback, so he's relatively quick. Good tackler. He cannot head the ball, but it's not as important for a wide center back. He's decent mentally. His concentration lets him down. He could be an option. Now let's finally look at Bosco Sutalo. Pretty quick. He's more well-rounded than Tin Yedvi is. He can actually play as the libero if I needed him to. He can also play, it says his best position is right back, which I could see. He's got decent crossing, decent dribbling, decently athletic. 14 concentration, I think, is a lot better than Tin Yedvi's. 13 positioning. Tackling is only 14, but he's got much better heading. I think this might be the best option. You can play libero or wide center back if I need him to. How much is he on? He's only on 8.5K. Yedvi's on 34, so he'd be a lot cheaper. Which means I can spend more on my deep line playmaker or my lone fullback. It's just that concentration that's really changing it for me. I think concentration is extremely important for a center back. Obviously, I have some players that have low concentration on my team right now, and hopefully they're really good physicals or really good technical ability will help them, work through that. I'm gonna go with Sutalo. Let's try to loan him in. They don't want any playing or unused monthly fee, which is good. I'm not going to be using him as a regular starter. He's going to be a squad player for me. I want to be able to terminate the loan. I want to be able to play against his own team just in case we go up against him in the Champions League. I want to have him available. So let's suggest that, and hopefully we can land him. And it's nice he can also play right back, so really, I could just use him as a center back and a right back and only need one loanee. But I think I'm going to still look for either a right back or a left back. Let's look for a left back since he can play right back. Danny Rose is a decent option. English as well. Horn, Neil Taylor, Correa, Mendel, Marcel Schmelzer, but he's probably not fast enough. Let's look. Oh, I didn't scroll all the way up. Marcos Alonso, Alberto Moreno, Davide Santon, and I think he's right-footed. He can play on either side. That could be useful. Look at Danny Rose. Solid all around. Good defensively. He might not be the ideal complete wingback because he's not got the best pace, not the best going forward. But he's a really good defensive option. Even though I've already got a pretty good defensive option in Luke Shaw. Santon, he's got better dribbling and he's faster. He's not very good defensively, though. Only 11 tackling, and mentally he's not very good. Alberto Moreno, he's pretty quick. He's better crosser. He's actually a good tackler, too. He's pretty well-rounded. He's only on $27K a week. Luke Thomas, I don't think it's going to be good. Oh, he's actually a lot better than I thought. I haven't actually heard of this guy. 15 crossing, 13 dribbling, 14 tackling. This might be the one. Pretty decent mentally. He is English, so that helps too. I get homegrown in nation. Marcos Alonso, obviously very well-rounded. Not very quick. Gets forward whenever possible. Shoots from distance. Mark opponents tightly. He's got really good heading, which I don't know will be super important for a wingback. He's also on 130K a week, so that's kind of a problem. I think I'm going to go for this Luke Thomas. He's one of the cheaper options. Alberto Moreno's pretty cheap. Is he just loan listed or is he transfer listed? No, he's just loan listed. Moreno's transfer listed. But I don't need anyone permanently. I'm going to go for Luke Thomas. He's not super amazing anywhere. He's got really good work rate. He's 14 tackling, 15 crossing. I think he's natural there, so I think he'd be a decent complete wingback. He's supposedly 2.5 stars for us, which is fine for a 4th, 5th fullback. Let's try to loan him in. See if they want. Ooh, there's an issue. They do want playing and unused monthly fees. So 3.6 million. Let's see, so that's an extra about 2 million, 2.1 million, just for playing monthly fees. But the unused is less, and he's probably not going to be used that often. So I don't know if I want to do that. Obviously, we're Manchester United. We have a lot of money, but I'm not going to try to spend my money willy-nilly. Let's look at Alberto Moreno, see if they want an unused monthly fee on him. No. They do want an optional future fee, but that's fine. I probably won't be taking that up, but it's optional, so I guess we're going with Alberto Moreno. He'll be a squad player. I want to be able to terminate his loan. I want to play against his own team. Everything else I think is fine. I'm okay with the optional future fee. I'm okay with the playing wage percentage. That's obviously the cheapest one of all the ones I was looking at. Oh. What don't they like? They just came back with exactly the same offer, and they're yellow. So I don't understand what the problem is here. Do they want the loan to be able to be terminated? Do they really want him to be a first-team player? What's the issue here? I'm just going to make that offer. Hopefully they accept it. That's kind of weird. Finally, let's look at a deep line playmaker / regista. I've been thinking about it, and I think it's more important that I find a good deep line playmaker on defend, because obviously that's going to be the tactic I'm going to be using against the better teams. So obviously I'd need my best player. He should be best at deep line playmaker on defend. And I have one name in mind who I think is probably the best deep line playmaker in this game on defend duty. Not day one, but I think he's the best one to buy. And that is Eduardo Camavinga. Obviously, his technical attributes don't look great right now, but a lot of them are in positions I don't really need as a deep line playmaker. Like finishing is not necessary, heading's not super necessary. It'd be nice, but I don't need long shots, don't need long throws, don't care about his penalty taking, crossing, or corners. Dribbling, I don't really need, but he's got good dribbling there, which helps as a regista. He's obviously got decent passing, decent vision. They will go up a lot because he's got super high potential. He's got good tackling, good technique, good positioning. So he'll be very good on a defensive duty. He is a wonder kid. He's got the highest potential in the game. Says he's already a 3-star deep line playmaker on defend. I think I got to go for Camavinga. And he's 17, so he can be homegrown at club. I don't know how much they'll be asking for, but I've got a lot of money to spend. Obviously, I've got $47 million right now, but $450K in the wage budget. I don't need that much. I can go up to, probably $63 million. And I can do it in installments for if I need to for Camavinga. I don't know how much they'll be asking for. Let's start in at $35 million. No percentage of profit from next sale. Let's suggest that and see what they say. 157. Okay, that might be an issue. Let's try to meet in the middle. Let's go 45 and another 15 in installments. So 60 million total. And they want 132. This might be harder than I thought. Let's go 45 and 25 million. 70 million. Let's go 30. Up to 75 million. I'd be willing to pay that for the best wonder kid in the game. And they have declined to give an immediate answer. So how much will I need to go? 85 maybe? Maybe they'll accept 85 million. Let's offer that. 45 million up front, 40 million in 12 monthly installments. I'm willing to pay that for the best wonder kid in the game. I don't have any other needs really, so let's make that offer and we'll see later what they say. So now that we're done with that, we're going to go to our first game of the friendly season, which is against our second 11. So you can see my full team, get an idea of how all the players in this that are going to be role players, how they'll all look. So let's get right into that game. Before we get to that game, we've got the code of conduct here. This is what I like to do for the code of conduct. I like to do 1 week for missed training for the first and second time, then 2 weeks for the third and fourth and more. Gone AWOL, 1 week for the first time, 2 weeks for any further times. Second booking, I like to do at least 1 week for the first, 1 week for the second, 2 weeks for the third, 2 weeks for the fourth. If you're sent off for a straight red, you are immediately getting a 2-week fine. No matter how many times you do it, you're getting a 2-week fine. I'm pretty strict on it. I feel like it really helps to limit the red cards because there's obviously a big penalty for them if they do. And yellow cards getting sent off, there's a decent penalty for that too. I might do 2 weeks for the second time as well. Let's do that. 1 week for the first time. Every other time it's 2 weeks. Really try to discourage them from getting sent off, but I don't want to completely discourage them from getting a yellow and getting multiple booking bans because I want them to be aggressive. Obviously, I'm playing to get stuck in, so I want them to be aggressive. I want them to get some yellow cards. I just don't want them to get multiple yellow cards in one game and get it sent off. So I'll try to discourage them from that. That will be my code of conduct. And that should be the last thing before we get into the game. All right, it's about game time, but first, they've come back on the Camavinga offer. They're asking for $109 million now. Obviously, I offered, was it 80 or 85? It was 85. So let's lowball them. Let's go with 90. And they want 18 million after league appearances. That's up to 108. So that's not much better than what they just offered. Let's make sure they're not going to put in a percentage of next sale. Let's go with 95. I'm probably willing to go up to 100 million. Eduardo Camavinga, he's probably worth 100 million. They accept 95. It's a lot of money, but for a player that can become Messi and Ronaldo levels of good, I think it's worth it every day. He might not be the best player for us right now, but I think he's worth it in the end. I think Eduardo Camavinga he's obviously, like I said, he's got the highest potential in the game. So to get that player for 95 million, I don't have any other people I really need to get. I mean, all the other players I wanted, I've got on loan. So I think my team is set. There's nothing else I would do with the money, so might as well spend it on Camavinga. If we look at our finances, we've got a bunch of money in the bank, so it shouldn't be an issue. But now let's get into the intra-squad friendly. We're going to do first 11 versus second 11. This is my first 11 I'm going with. Obviously, there's going to be some holes in the second 11 because we don't have a whole lot of center backs right now. Will Fish and Willie Kambwala will play there. We don't have a right back right now, so Mark Gerardo will play there. Brandon Williams will play on the left. We don't have another midfielder, so Dylan Levitt will play there. Cavani and Greenwood up front. Yeah, I think that's about right. I kind of want Amad Diallo to be on my bench. I don't care about Daniel James, so let's swap them. I want to have the ability to bring Amad Diallo on if I can. And I've got Handel Mejbri who I can bring on. I might actually have them start. No, I'll let them start Dylan Levitt. I thought about starting Handel Mejbri over Dylan Levitt for my second 11, but Dylan Levitt's probably a little bit better right now. They can have Juan Mata on the bench. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So these are the squads. I'm going to manage the first 11 only. And let's get into it. Match preview. Okay, here we are at the team talk. I always like to go with, this is your chance to impress me and win yourself a place in the side for competitive matches. It seems like the best option for a preseason game. You don't get a lot of reactions, but hands together, show me why you should be in the team. That does well. Decent response for the first game of the season. Let's make sure we got our settings right. I want to be on key highlights. I want to be on TV, lowest height, highest zoom, one tick over for match speed, and director on the replay camera. That is my favorite setup. Here's Alex Telles with the throw in. Throws it in deep for Maguire runs away from it. Okay, Maguire. That's out for a corner. I like our corner setting, so let's see if it works. As you see, I changed one thing. I put a guy short for the corner, try to bring in another defender. It was a guy that was just sitting in the box anyways. I don't feel like they have a lot of work on the corner, really. I don't know if I've ever gotten a goal from them, so might as well have them come short to try to draw on a defender. And they've come through with the Cavani, and they've scored. Maybe I need to not sell Cavani, because if he's doing that against my first 11, Rashford just running on the ball, gives the ball away. Greenwood, who's that steps up? Lindelof steps up to try to close down Greenwood, and he opens up a hole for Cavani to come through. And that's 1-0 to our second 11. Here we've got a free kick. Bruno Fernandes stepping over it. He's pretty good at free kicks. And he hits the bar. That's unfortunate. We'll get a... Oh, did he save it? He must have saved it. I didn't think he touched it, but we've got a corner out of it. And Van de Beek gets it. Into Bruno Fernandes. Back to Van de Beek. And he gets fouled, so we get another free kick. And Dylan Levitt gets a yellow. So Bruno Fernandes has another chance to try to beat the keeper. And it goes right at Henderson. Not the best free kick, but we are kind of dominating the game right now. We have 3 shots all on target. They have 1 shot and it went in. That's kind of unfortunate. That's a terrible header back by Bruno Fernandes. And it's 2-0 to our second 11. No assistee because it was assisted by Bruno Fernandes. I don't know what that header was. you have two guys right there, and he heads it over both of them, right to Greenwood. And this has not been a good performance from our first 11. Mental mistakes. Just, I mean, can't really blame anybody for the first goal. Obviously, Lindelof stepped up, but somebody had to close him down. Somebody had to close down Greenwood. He's made a good pass into Cavani, and Cavani made a good finish. But that second goal should never have happened. In a game that we've really been on top of all game, we are down 2-0. I feel like we're kind of getting FM'd here. They have a little bit better XG. Now they don't. We have more possession. I feel like we're kind of getting FM'd against our second 11. And there's another ball over the top to Greenwood. Where is our defense? I don't know, but De Gea is able to stay there and make the save. It's a goal kick. We start to play out from the back, get it to Rashford. Don't lose the ball again, and he does lose the ball again. Rashford has been terrible this game so far. He is on a 6.4. He lost the ball, and you can almost blame him for the first goal because he lost the ball just trying to dribble through the middle. Pogba on the edge. Oh, what a goal by Paul Pogba. That is what I like to see. Pogba, not the best long shot guy. I think he has 14 long shots, but that was a heck of a shot right there. Wan-Bissaka going down the right. Good ball into Paul Pogba. And a strong finish. Dean Henderson probably should have done a little bit better. That wasn't in the corner. Seemed like he was a little scared of the ball. I don't know why he would be, but so it is 2-1 at halftime to our second 11. We have more XG, more shots on target, higher possession. They have 18 fouls. I don't know why we're being so passive. I have told our first 11 to get stuck in. Obviously, the second 11 uses the same tactics you do, so they're also getting stuck in. They just seem to be the more aggressive bunch of players. I don't know if it's in their actual aggression stats or what's causing the difference right now in terms of fouls, but they have a significant lead there. Let's go to the dressing room. I'm going to thrash my arms and say you have to turn it around in the second half. I expect nothing less than a win. And that motivated all of them except for Donny van de Beek, who is on a 6.6. I don't really have anyone to take his spot, so he's going to have to play the game. I kind of want to bring someone in for Marcus Rashford because he's been so bad. Since he has the same rating as Anthony Martial, but he's responsible for the first goal. He was almost responsible for another goal because he gave the ball away in terrible positions. But I'm just going to go with our first 11. I might not make any subs because usually in the first game they don't get very tired because they're literally 100% not match sharpness, 100% fitness. And finally, in the 73rd minute, we get a highlight. Seems like nothing has happened this half. We've just been kicking it around. This is our first highlight of the second half, 73 minutes in. Got the ball to Paul Pogba and Donny van de Beek, playing it between them. Oh, great ball to Wan-Bissaka, and he puts it just wide of the far post. That was a good chance. Saka might not be the most impressive fullback going forward, but I think he did a good job there. Now, obviously, he has an assist, so he's been the best fullback so far. He's been better than Alex Telles, and is that a penalty? That is a penalty for Lindelof. So Lindelof, for the first goal, stepped up, opened the hole for the goal, and then he gives away a penalty, which Juan Mata will surely finish. And he misses the goal. Well, that's why I'm selling you. Golden opportunity for the second 11 to put us away, and they could not do it. Now we're on a counterattack from a corner. Anthony Martial gets tackled, but Bruno Fernandes is there. Back to Anthony Martial. We've got 3-on-1, and Anthony kicks it right at Sergio Romero. Sergio Romero's come in for Dean Henderson, and we haven't even tested him right there. That Martial should have done better. Maguire comes close from the corner. Good save by Sergio Romero. We've actually got some tired players, but it's full time. That was quick. I didn't even have a chance to make a sub. we lost to our second 11, even though we had more shots by over double, more shots on target by exactly double, less XG, but that's just because they had a penalty, which is 0.73 XG or something like that. So literally almost half of their XG came from that one penalty, which they missed. We had more possession. I can't be too disappointed in that result because I think we played well. So obviously, it's not the best result, but I think we played well. I think we deserve to get something from that game, even if it's just a draw. Obviously, our second 11 isn't the strongest because we have a lot of holes in our team right now that we need to be filled. But our strikers didn't play well. Our center backs didn't play well. Tellez didn't play well. But I'm still okay with that result. We're the better team, even though it says they had more XG. But like I said, it's just because of the penalty. So I think we should have got something from that game. I'm not too disheartened. But I will be telling them that is not good enough. There's no excuse for not winning that match. And they are all motivated by it. You should not be losing to your second 11. And there's Camavinga offers accepted. He wants $93K to $125K per week. That's a lot. He wants to be a squad player, regular starter, important player. I think I can accept that. That's probably what he's going to be. He's going to start off. He's probably going to be a regular starter to start off. He might not start as the regista. I might start Donny van de Beek there because he's got better passing stats right now. But he will be the starter as the deep line playmaker on defend. So, and by the second and third season, he should be improved enough that he should be starting over Donny van de Beek. Maybe I might try to go impact sub, squad player, regular starter, see if he accepts that. No, he doesn't. So I'm going to have to give him what he wants. I'm okay with that. He wants 105K, so I might actually get him a little bit less than what they suggested. I might try 85K. Let's get rid of the yearly wage rise. Get rid of the wage after reaching league games because he's going to reach those. And I don't want to give him 180K after 20 games when I could give him 100K right now and he stays on that for 3 years. I'm probably going to have to increase the wage because I got rid of that. Let's raise it up to 95K. Suggest that. He wants 125. I'll give you 100 with a 4 million signing on fee. He's okay with the 4 million signing on fee, but he really wants the 125. I really want the 100K. I think I can get him down to 100K. And he does agree to that. I think it's worth it. It's a lot of money. Obviously, in terms of the transfer spend, 100K for wage spend is, see where it fits in our team. I mean, he's on the lower end of our team still. Like Jesse Lingard makes more. Fred makes more by $55,000 a week. He's kind of right in the middle of our wage spend. For a player that of his caliber, I think that's about right. Unfortunately, I could only get him on a 3-year deal. He locked that in, but what can you do? But I think we're going to be getting Camavinga. We should be getting both of our loanees. I don't think there's anything else for me to do but play through the rest of preseason. And I will see you for the first game of the season against West Ham. All right, here we are. But before we get into the first game against West Ham, I'm going to go over the transfers that have happened. We did end up getting Camavinga, Sutalo, and Moreno to join us, so I'm happy with that. Daniel James left to Lyon on loan, but he has a mandatory future fee of $22.5 million, so he's going to be going to Lyon for $22.5 million. Juan Mata has gone to Arsenal for $7.25 million. I tried to get rid of him to China for $9 million. He turned down the contract. I tried to get rid of him to Spain for $9 million. He turned down the contract. Finally, Arsenal came in for $7.25. I just accepted it. I don't have any use for Juan Mata. He's an influential player in the team hierarchy, but he wouldn't play any role for me. Like, he just can't play Mazzala. He just doesn't have the legs for it. So he's gone to Arsenal. I don't think that strengthens them too much. I don't think he's that much of a good player right now. So I'm happy with that move. And if we look at our schedule, how our preseason went, it didn't start off well. Obviously, we lost to our second 11. We then lost to Sparta Prague. Then I feel like they started to get a hold of the formation and the tactic. It's not an easy tactic to learn. It's something, a little bit unusual. So it took them a couple games, but then they just smashed MK Dons, smashed Stoke, smashed Sunderland, beat Barcelona 1-0. And I want to look at this game because Barcelona did not have a single shot in the entire game, and they played their starting 11. Messi played, Griezmann played, Pjanic, De Jong. This is pretty much their strongest team, and they did not have a single shot against Manchester United's backups. I played most of my backups this game. All of my starters had their match sharpness full, so I played some backups to get their match sharpness up, and they destroyed Barcelona. So that's encouraging about this tactic. Then we played Bayern Munich, and we beat them 3-0. And they only had one shot on target, 0.38 XG. We absolutely smashed them with our backup squad against almost the strongest Bayern Munich squad. They didn't have Muller. They started Goretzka and Roca. So Boateng, maybe you might say, is not their strongest center back. Maybe Lucas Hernandez should be in there. But that's one of Bayern's stronger sides they could put out there, and our backups smashed them. So this tactic is looking good, and obviously we played some amateur team and beat them 13-0 for a little bit of feel-good juice. But now we've got the first game against West Ham. Let's get into team selection. This is what I believe to be my strongest team. Maybe Eric Bailly gets replaced by Tuanzebe once he gets his match sharpness up. But it just depends on how Bailly plays this first couple games of the season. He did all right in preseason, so he averaged like a 6.9, so that's okay. If he can do that, he can probably keep his spot, but we'll see. Otherwise, this is the strongest squad I think we've got. I think this is the strongest of our benches. Mason Greenwood has a little bit of an injury, but I think he's okay to come on if I need him to. Other than that, obviously Van de Beek plays as a regista. I'm not too worried about this West Ham team. I think we should be the better team, so I'm playing the attacking tactic. Yeah. I think that's everything. So let's get into the game. All right, here we are in the dressing room. I will be telling the team, I will point my finger and say assertively, if we play our game, we'll win. You're all very capable of that, and no one gave a crap. Good to know. I have faith in you. That did a little bit. I have faith. I have faith. And some people are inspired and motivated. Most don't care. Okay. I'm a new manager. I understand. As I create more of a reputation for myself, they'll start listening to me more, get more reactions to my team talks. You're about to make your first managerial debut. Can you sum up your feelings on an occasion like this? It's a special day. I can't wait to get started in this wonderful job. Do you get along with David Moyes? I value his opinion and hope the feeling is mutual. All right. Here we go. Let's make sure we have all our settings. Yep, everything's still good. We start off with an opening highlight. I doubt anything's going to come from this. But Wan-Bissaka gives it away to Bowen, who passes it back to Wan-Bissaka. Goes out to Van de Beek. Van de Beek gives it away to Antonio. Bailly going to clean that up. And back to Bruno. All the way over to Tellez. And, Tellez still has it. And he takes a shot. And it's a goal! So, sometimes the opening highlight does actually turn out to be something. We get a goal from Alex Tellez, of all players. And that's a good way to start this game. 40 seconds in, and we're up 1-0. Tellez, I don't know how Kufal didn't get the ball there, but I'm not going to complain. Fullback v fullback. And Alex Tellez wins, and he slots it into the far corner. Great way to start the game. 1-0. All right, another highlight 11 minutes in. Starts with West Ham. Pablo Fornals, back to Cresswell. Back to Rice. Back to Souček. Back to Rice. We're forcing them backwards. I like it. Out to Cresswell. Oh, what a ball into Rudiaz. I think that's a new signing for them. I think he's from the MLS from, was it Seattle Sounders, I believe. He's a decent little player. Probably a better striker for them than Michael Antonio, so it's a decent signing. Get another highlight here at 27 minutes. Martial on the ball, dribbling at their defense. His 18-something dribbling coming in use, but then he gives it away. Donny Van de Beek out to Wan-Bissaka. He takes on their fullback and gets around him and takes a shot. And I guess it's a cross to Anthony Martial. It looked like a shot. Let's just say he meant that to be a cross right to Anthony Martial, and Martial puts it in. 2-0. What a great start to this game. Wan-Bissaka goes down the right, beats his man. He's not much of a dribbler, but he did a good job there. Maybe it's a cross. Cross shot. It looked like it could have gone into that far corner, maybe. Probably not, but let's just call it a cross. And another highlight here at 35 minutes. West Ham start with the ball. Hopefully this turns into a counterattack, which it looks like it's going to. Rashford, a lot of space to run into, takes a long shot, and that is speculative at best. And another highlight here before halftime, 41 minutes. Starts with a long throw by Alex Telles, but he does not throw it long. He throws it short to Pogba, even though I told him to do long throws. But Pogba smashes it in. Alex Telles with a goal and an assist this game. Pogba with a great finish. We are up 3-0 on West Ham United in the first half. I'm liking this tactic. It worked well for me last year, and it's looking good so far this year. Pogba smashed it into the far post. Nothing the keeper could do. And that'll about be halftime. Any second. There we go. Halftime. Let's go to the dressing room and just outstretch my arms. I'm delighted with your performance so far. Keep it up. Everyone loved it. Everyone's playing well. Maguire, Lindelof, our defense is doing okay. They haven't had much to do. I don't know if they've really attacked our goal once. Like, the closest they got, they end up giving the ball away. So we haven't seen an attacking highlight from West Ham yet. But this might be the first. Cresswell has it into Benrahma. But Wan-Bissaka with his 20 tackling steals the ball. And now Rashford is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You got to score this. You got to put this on target at least. And he puts it on target, but he gets saved by Fabianski. So it's a corner. Bruno Fernandes to take. Into the near post. Ogbonna heads it away, but only as far as Paul Pogba. Pogba crosses it in, but Fabianski's right there to collect. And that'll be the end of the highlight. We've had nothing for a while now. It's now into the 74th minute when we finally get another highlight. I was about to make a sub. I don't know who I'm going to take off. Probably Donny Van de Beek. Might as well bring in the youngster, give him some time, but Lanzini comes close. That's their first attack of the game, it feels like. Let's pause the game right now. I mean, they've been more in it than it looks like. They've got over 1xG, 9 shots, 3 on target. We haven't really seen them. They must not have been the most high quality, but 3 shots to qualify as 1xG is pretty good. So they're just not, we just haven't seen West Ham's chances. That last one was a pretty good chance. I don't know how much XG that was, but if you looked at the match stats, you'd think this is a pretty even game. We are kind of FMing West Ham right now. This should not be a 3-0 game. Let's make some subs. Donny Van de Beek is mad for some reason. Or is that... Oh, it's complacent. Yeah, I don't want a complacent player on the pitch. I'll bring on Eduardo Camavinga. Get the youngster some time. Might as well. This game's pretty much over. 76th minute, 3-0. I don't think they're coming back. We might as well make another sub. Lindelof, he's been injured for most of preseason, so this is his first game back, so he's not fully match sharp, so I'm going to take him off, and I'm going to bring on Scott McTominay. And I'm going to save the next sub for about the 82nd minute. See if we have any more highlights before then. We do have a highlight just a couple minutes later. Bruno Fernandes crosses it in. It's bouncing around in the penalty area, and it gets cleared out. That should have probably been a goal. Let's make our last sub. Who do we sub off? Fernandes and Pogba are both tired. I should sub off one of them. Fernandes is probably the better player. Pogba's probably had the better game, even though Bruno Fernandes is higher match rating. So he's done more that we haven't really seen. I'll bring on Fred for Bruno Fernandes. And that'll be my last sub of the game. Now let's just not have any more highlights, have this game end, and I'll be very happy. And it looks like that might be what we get. It's 90th minute. Doesn't look like we're getting another highlight. And it is a 3-0 win for Manchester United in the first game of the Premier League season. What a game. Everything went well. Everything went according to plan. Our tactic looked great. Our players looked great. No one had a bad game. The defense was a little quiet. Lindelof was a little quiet as that libero, but I don't really expect the libero to get great ratings. But it's what he does that doesn't get the ratings that I think makes that worthy of being a libero. So I'll be outstretching my arms, saying I'm very pleased with that result in your performance. They all love it. Do you think Alex Telles' early goal was important in determining the outcome of the game? I did. It was a great start. Winning your first competitive match as Manchester United manager, could you have wished for a better start? It was a great match. Everything went according to plan. That puts us top of the table with the highest goal difference, 3-goal difference, one better than Arsenal and Aston Villa, who both won their opening games. Still quite a few teams that haven't played yet. City, Liverpool still haven't played. I don't know who they're playing, but they could smash those teams. They could go ahead of us. But for right now, Manchester United are where I want them to be, at the top of the Premier League table. We took Manchester United for granted. I think you just weren't as good. I mean, you singled out Wan-Bissaka for attention before the match, and it proved rather prophetic as your team failed to win. What is your immediate reaction? I made a mistake in drawing attention to him and away from the rest of their very capable team. We took them for granted a little bit. I wouldn't disagree with that. Our full team is pretty strong. Like, obviously, Wan-Bissaka is pretty good, but I think there's a lot more players we need to be worrying about than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Telles scores on his debut, and let's do this post-match press conference. Marcus Rashford didn't seem to have much luck in front of goal today. What do you think? Why do you think that was? I thought he contributed enormously and sacrificed a lot for this team. He missed some chances, but that happens. Alex Telles enjoyed a goal-scoring debut for Man United. What did you make of his performance? His debut was that good. I can't wait to see how he'll do next match. What are your thoughts on the use of technology in football following your win? I'm pleased the right result came to pass. And that'll be it. So, we end the episode, top of the table. Let's look who we'll be going against next. Might do this Man City Liverpool. That's a hard couple games in a row. Probably the two favorites for the league. Probably come back for that. We'll have the EFL Third Cup against we don't know yet. In between, I probably won't be showing any EFL Cup games unless it gets close to the business end of the tournament. So I'll see you next time for Manchester City and Liverpool. See y'all later. Have a good day.